All right, time to fuel up, baby. All right. Well, how you guys doing today? It is a beautifully cold Michigan morning here, and we're actually about to get a snowstorm on Saturday, which is super exciting. Fueling up the truck, I got to fuel up the snow blowers, do all that mess. So it's an exciting morning and afternoon here, right? Here's what I want to talk to you guys for just a few minutes is a product or service called FuelCred. Now here's the deal. A lot of you guys know that 99% of the products or services that come onto my radar or my email, I usually say no to. I don't want to create sponsored content just to create it. I have no interest in wasting your guys' time or money either. But one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was FuelCred. This is actually really cool. And I want you guys to remember any one thing from this video. It's called free money. There is free money that we are leaving on the table as lawn and landscape business owners that 99% of us don't know about, aren't paying attention to, or aren't taking this credit in our lawn and landscape business. So what are we talking about? Well, long story short, there is an app out there now called FuelCred that you guys can download that can help you track your fuel expenses for what we call off-road use fuel. So off-road use fuel is for our mowers, our trimmers, our blowers, basically everything that's not in the truck, right? And you actually get a tax credit back on your taxes when you fill out this form. It's form like 4136, something like that. I'll explain more as we put this whole video together. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, I already deduct my fuel costs, so I'm already taking advantage of this. Nay, here's what I want to talk to you guys about is above and beyond. This is extra credit that goes back into your bottom line. This goes right back into your checking account as a tax credit. Now, if we talk about taxes, if you guys are anything like me in the past, usually it makes your head spin. It always seems like really complicated stuff, right? I want to simplify it really simply for you guys. When we're talking about a deduction, which is like our fuel, like we all deduct stuff for our lawnmowers, that is going to reduce the total tax on your income, right? So if you make 100 grand and you have $20,000 in deductions, now you're paying tax on 80,000. That's fine, that's cool, that's awesome. We need those, right? A credit is something entirely different, which literally reduces the amount of taxes you owe, or, for example, increases the amount of a credit that you get back on your taxes. So we've all heard of like the EV credit for electric vehicles. We've heard of child tax credits. Well, the off-road use fuel credit is what I wanted to talk to you guys about right now. Now, here's the deal. A lot of you are probably wondering the same thing, which I asked Jonathan, one of the founders of FuelCred, where does this free money come into play? Well, he told me back in 1956, they started the Federal Highway Trust Fund, which was to pay for the building and the maintenance of our federal highway. Okay, makes sense. So there's a tax on the fuel to pay for the road. I'm not even gonna get into the condition of the roads. That's a whole nother story in a video for another time, right? But anyway, what happens though when you're using fuel from the gas pump that you paid federal tax on that you're not using for the road, right? So it's called off-road fuel use. For example, if you have farming equipment, landscaping equipment, lawn care equipment, right? Here's the deal, guys. I'm thinking lawnmowers, trimmers, blowers, that whole deal. Well, you're paying real tax on that fuel and not driving on those highways. So what they do is they have a refundable credit that the federal government has a pool. I think it's like $2.5 billion a year that they refund that federal tax back to small business owners like us. Like I said earlier, this is not a deduction, which I know a lot of you guys are already doing. This is a +1. This is a pure credit back on your taxes that you've already paid federal tax on the fuel that you've purchased. And again, you get that back as a one-to-one credit on your taxes. All right, let's do this. Let me fill up here. Let's go grab the snowblower and I'll explain a little bit more to you guys. All right, for all of you guys that want to get in on the action and claim your free credit with all the fuel that you use for off-road use purposes, it's really simple. Download the FuelCred app and you'll create an account. It doesn't take more than 60 seconds to do all this. I've already done it. It's actually pretty slick. And here's the deal. The app itself automatically imports, it categorizes, it summarizes all of your fuel transactions from the previous year or where you're currently at in the current year. It's actually pretty cool. Now, the point of FuelCred is that at the end of the year, you don't have to go back through and track every transaction. You don't have to track every receipt, the whole deal, right? It's already there on the app. You already have this whole layout with all your transaction details. When you go to the end of year filing, that's what you're purchasing from FuelCred. Now, there's a really cool incentive here that is only through Brian's Law Maintenance. Guys, I'm telling you for real, like the incentive is insane. It's like 80% off compared to what anybody else who's using FuelCred is getting access to. So promo code Brian, you can get your annual report for, I think it's $14.99. It was usually like 99 bucks, and then it was like 10% of like the gross savings, and then it was like $19.99. I said, dude, we're Brian's Law Maintenance, dude. We got to take care of our people. Like, help me out. So John and his partners got us down to $14.99 to get your annual report. And what is that? So as you have all these transactions and you qualify, you can see like real time what your estimated tax credit is going to be. Let's say it's $700 based on how much fuel you used. You get this annual report, which, by the way, fills out that form 4136, and it sends it right off to you or your CPA, which is really cool. So you're basically buying this report based on all of your transactions, and that way you don't have to spend time on it. Your CPA doesn't have to spend time on it. It's already done. The form is already all set up, and it gets emailed right to you. That being said, let's go jump into the office. I got some pretty exciting things I want to share with you still in this video. I want to show you guys my actual 4136 form from 2017. Like I said, it's really nice when you can promote a product or service that you really believe in. Like, for real, I'm not here to sell you guys or convince you to use this app by any way, shape, or form. But if you don't, you're literally leaving free money on the table. So let me show you my 2017 form. I had to dig through my taxes. I ended up finding this form. It was actually pretty cool. So let me show you that right here, right now. All right, what's up, guys? We're back in the office. All right, here's the deal. I told you guys at the beginning of this video, I wanted to show you guys my tax forms from 2017. Now, I will say this, give me some slack. My business like doubled from 17 to 18, and then again from like 18 to 19. Not here to impress, trust me. I'm not in the race to have the biggest lawn care business. I'll leave that up to you guys, but we really do use the things that we promote to you guys. And so here's what I want to show you guys. These are like from 17. They're a little tattered, a little ragged. Let me see if I can show this to you guys right here. You guys can see that it says 781 gallons, I believe it is, that we used on this form that we applied for our credit refund. And then also right here, it shows you the savings, what it actually turned into, dollars and cents. I think it's $143. So how funny is that? So when this email and John reached out to me from FuelCred, it was actually a no-brainer. I said, 99% of things that come across my desk, it always seems like, it's a cash grab, right? Or it's promoting something that we don't really need or want. This right here, though, for real, is something that we use in our business every single day as we go through the year. In fact, earlier I made a post on Instagram and on Facebook, and like I said from the beginning of this video, it seems like 99% of you guys don't even know this fuel credit exists, which is pretty crazy. So I'd love to hear in the comment section down below, if you guys are big savers, you like saving money, especially on fuel, which is just a crazy expense for our business, and I'm sure for you guys as well. Is this something that you guys have taken advantage of or have never heard about or don't know about? Let me know down below, because honestly, this could save a lot of folks a lot of money, put a lot of free money, like I said earlier in the video, back into our pockets. And if you're gonna fill out your taxes anyway, which you gotta do, you might as well see if you can qualify to earn a credit back from it. Like I said, we saved $143 2 or 3 years ago. I guarantee you, well, I actually already plugged in my numbers for 2019, and it was like 498 bucks. So there's a couple transactions I gotta modify in there. As we log it all in there, you can delete certain transactions that don't qualify. It's a smart app, and the technology behind it is learning all the time, so it knows what to categorize and what doesn't categorize as fuel savings or a fuel transaction, which is really cool. So it's gonna get better as we go along. Again, John, one of the founders of the app, told me that the average FuelCred user gets about a $600 credit back on their taxes, which is just crazy. And by the way, if you're a larger outfit, which again, a lot of the larger outfits know because they have the internal resources, like they have their own on-site staff and accounting and the whole deal to measure this kind of stuff. Well, when you're a small business owner like me and probably like you guys, we don't have time to track all this kind of stuff. That's where FuelCred comes into play. So guys, I'm saving a couple $100. You guys might save a couple $1,000. I'd love to hear what you guys find with the app. Let me know some feedback and leave some comments down below. Guys, that's it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick video. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully it helps you make some money. Download the FuelCred app. Let me know what you guys think. You can check it out anywhere you go. And then again, if you want your annual report, use promo code Brian and you get $14.99 for your annual report. How cool is that? All right guys, that's it. Over and out. We'll catch up with you guys on the next video.